and welcome. Thanks for joining us. This is Health Matters on Channels Television, and I am Mary Alale Yusuf. 1 out of 10 adults worldwide have chronic kidney disease, or CKD, as we would refer to it sometimes. According to the National Kidney Foundation, chronic kidney disease was the 18th leading cause of death globally in 2010, up from the 27th leading cause in 1990. The kidneys are two bean-shaped organs, each the size of a fist, located below the rib cage and on either side of the spine. Healthy kidneys filter about 200 liters of blood every day, removing waste and extra water to make urine. My guest is a consultant nephrologist at the Lagos University Teaching Hospital, Idiaraba, Professor Oluwatoyin Amira. You're welcome to the show.
Thank you.
Let me quickly first ask. Some say 200 liters of urine, blood is filtered, and some are saying half a cup a minute. Which is actually the truth?
About 200 liters, but most of it is reabsorbed.
Ah, I see.
So that you make just about 1.5 to 2 liters of urine per day.
Per day, okay. All right, so we know that the kidney filters blood. What else does it do in the body?
Thank you for the question. The kidneys has vital functions. It helps to keep the inside of the body clean and chemically balanced so that all other organs can function well. It helps to regulate blood pressure. The heart generates it, but the kidneys regulate blood pressure. It helps the bone marrow to produce red cells that mix up blood. It also produces a hormone that helps to keep the integrity of our bones. Then the kidneys help to excrete waste products that are generated from what we eat and our body metabolism.
Which will otherwise be toxic to the body.
Exactly. And finally, the kidneys help to regulate the water content and the acid-base balance of the body. So it has very vital functions.
In other words, no kidneys, no life.
Exactly.
It's not like the appendix, for example.
No, it's
that
not.
You can live without.
The kidneys are very, very vital to health and to being alive.
So what causes chronic kidney disease?
There are numerous conditions that cause chronic kidney disease, but I'm just going to highlight about 4 common causes. One is hypertension or high blood pressure. If left untreated, it damages the filters within the kidneys.
Okay.
Next, and which is really coming up because we are adopting Western lifestyle, is diabetes. Diabetes is also a very common cause of kidney disease, like we see these days. The third is what we call glomerulonephritis. I will try and break it down.
Which is an inflammation of some sort.
Yes, inflammation of the tiny filters within the kidneys. And oftentimes, it's like the body attacking the kidneys. It tends to follow.
So it's, correct me if I'm wrong, it's an autoimmune condition?
Yes.
Oh.
And it can follow some bacterial infections, HIV, hepatitis B, hepatitis C, and some toxins. And the fourth one I want to emphasize is what we call obstructive nephropathy, due to obstruction to the outflow of urine. This is very common in men. They have prostate disease because the prostate gland is at the base of the bladder. And when it's enlarged, it obstructs the outlet of urine.
But that can be helped really quickly.
Exactly, but most people don't present on time. They come when it's very late. So it's a highly preventable cause of chronic kidney disease. And for the women, some women have cervical cancer or cancer of the womb that is advanced. Again, it goes and encases the urethra and obstructs outflow of urine. These are preventable causes. Before I stop, I want to talk about herbal medications.
Oh, yes.
We indulge in that a lot. We don't know the constituents, and sometimes they contain a lot of toxins that are toxic to the kidneys and cause kidney damage.
While we're on that, I read that people want to do all this healthy living, healthy eating, eat raw, and they take all sorts of vegetables, which is fine.
Yeah.
But I read that some vegetables should actually be treated before they are eaten. For example, kale. They say if you don't blanch it first, or that's dip it in boiling water, that it's harmful to the kidney. Is this true? Do we have things like that?
The issue with vegetables is that they have to be properly washed.
Okay.
And processed, properly washed, because they could have some contaminants. You know, we use a lot of fertilizers these days. So you don't know what type of fertilizer or chemicals have been used in growing such vegetables. So if you don't thoroughly wash, you could be ingesting some.
Is there a special solution that one should use to wash vegetables?
Just with water, wash thoroughly, and then a bit of vinegar for disinfection.
Oh, okay,
Yes.
that's great. Does chronic kidney disease have symptoms?
Yes, it has symptoms, but unfortunately, at the early stage, it is asymptomatic. So the symptoms appear when the disease is advanced and there's very little we can do. And what are these symptoms? Swelling around the ankles and around the face when the individual wakes up in the morning. The urine foams, is frothy, as if there's soap. So anybody whose urine is frothy must go and see his doctor. Or you find blood in the urine, there should be no blood in the urine. Or if you realize that you have to wake up several times at night to go to the bathroom, please go and see your doctors. Then people with kidney disease, they feel just unwell. Fatigue, tiredness, shortness of breath, and poor appetite, nausea. These are some of the symptoms of advanced kidney disease. So, but leg swelling, facial swelling, reduction in urine output, these are some signs of kidney disease. And then for those who are hypertensive, if your blood pressure becomes very difficult to control, it was hitherto well controlled, then it's gone out of control.
Out of hand.
Please see your doctor.
Okay. All right. So this is something that it would just be better not to go into at all.
Absolutely.
Can this disease be prevented?
Oh, yes, it can be prevented. One of the reasons why I came on this program is to pass the message across that it is cheaper, far, far cheaper to prevent kidney disease than to treat it. Even though we have the treatment, but it's very expensive. For instance, transplant costs between 10 to 13.5 million just for the surgery, not even the aftercare. And dialysis is also very expensive, between 35 to 45,000, depending on where you do it. So, but we can prevent kidney disease.
How?
How? Now, chronic kidney disease is caused by another condition, some of the conditions I mentioned.
High blood pressure, diabetes.
Yes. So if you are hypertensive or diabetic, please tell your doctor, even if it's once a year, to check your kidney function. Everybody must know their numbers. You must know whether your kidneys are functioning well or not.
Okay, so how do you go about knowing your kidney function? Because I may not be a sick person, but I've been to the hospital quite a number of times. I don't remember once being told anything about kidney function. Is it one of the regular tests that people carry out when you go to the hospital, maybe like taking your blood pressure, your weight, your temperature?
Ideally, especially the urine test. The urine test is very simple. You pass urine and we use a strip to test for whether there's blood in the urine or protein. So that, to me, should be a routine at every encounter with the doctor, especially for people above 40.
Okay.
You must have your urine tested, urine strips, for looking for blood in the urine or protein in the urine.
So you should make it a point to tell your doctor you want to have a kidney function test.
Exactly. More so if you have any of the risk factors I have enumerated. Then the other one is a simple blood test. We measure the blood urea, the waste products that are normally excreted by the kidneys. We measure the urea, we measure the creatinine, and those values must be within normal range. These tests are very cheap. They're not expensive at all.
How cheap, when you say cheap?
For instance, in my hospital, the urine dipsticks is just 500 naira.
Wow.
Yes. And then the electrolytes and urea, 2005. So with 3,035, you can have your kidney function tested.
And how often should this be done?
Well, if it is normal and you don't have risk factors, annually.
Oh, so 3-5
yes,
every year?
Every year.
That's good.
It's good. And like I said, if you don't have money, you can wait for World Kidney Day. We normally screen everyone.
Free of charge.
Free of charge. So it is so cheap. And I don't know why people are not taking advantage of this.
They don't know.
I agree.
Nobody is thinking about those two bean-shaped organs in the body and what they do. But look at all the work that the kidney does. Let's assume somebody already has a kidney disease. Maybe it's just starting.
Okay.
Can it be stopped? Can the progression be stopped?
Oh, yes. We can halt or slow down the progression. And that's where we are also advocating, apart from prevention, that is living healthy, making sure your blood pressure, blood glucose are well controlled. We're saying that if we diagnose this condition early, we can institute treatment that can delay progression or even halt the process. So that's another reason why we say people should go for routine medical checkup. And I will advise that from the age of 35. Because the reason is kidney disease affects the economically productive age group of our population. It starts much earlier.
What a way to put it. That's true.
Between 30 and 50. At 30, you should be productive in one establishment.
Instead of visiting one machine.
Exactly.
For dialysis.
So from the age of 35, people should cultivate the habit of routine medical checkup. Know what your blood pressure is, your blood glucose, know your HIV status, and know your kidney function.
Okay, please, can you go through that again? Blood pressure?
Blood pressure, because we're seeing a lot of young people in their mid or late 20s with high blood pressure. And let me say that kidney disease is not a respecter of age. It affects the children, the adolescent, the young adults, the middle-aged.
Children with chronic
Yes, but for
disease.
them, it's usually due to they are born with congenital anomalies of the, yes. So we should, so if you have a risk factor like you're hypertensive, diabetic, you are obese, obesity is another common cause, or you have a family history. People who have members that have suffered kidney disease, you should please go for at least annual checkup. 3, 5, 4,000, you have your kidneys checked.
All right, so this kidney disease now, you're taking your medications, you know, for the kidney disease to either stop or slow down. In who does it stop and in who does it slow down? Can you determine who will have, you know, will be free completely, or who you have to check continuously and give medications to continuously?
Okay, thank you for that question. Now, for those who have the predisposing conditions, like high blood pressure, diabetes, HIV,
obesity, like you mentioned.
Yes, obesity, we have to keep checking. We have to keep checking. And in most instances, if you're able to deal with the primary condition, you can halt or slow down progression. That is like the Israelites' journey. You want to prolong from 40 days to several years.
Okay. Not quite 40 years, but something close.
Something close to that. And then for those who have what we call acute episodes, because acute kidney...
Yes. people who have short episodes of kidney problems,
Yeah.
are they more prone to having the chronic problem?
Oh yes, oh yes. If the acute episode is not properly treated, they may have some residual damage, and repeated episodes of acute kidney injury is a risk factor for chronic.
Which means take your meds well and finish them.
Exactly.
We've got to go on a short break. Please stay with us as we go on a short break. We still have more for you when we come back. Welcome back. It's Health Matters on Channels Television, and we're talking about preventing chronic kidney disease. Kidney health for all. mo.alale at channelstv.com is the email address if you want to write. Then at CTV_Mary A, Twitter handle. And you can also call 0805-468-3514 if you have a question for the doctor on chronic kidney disease. Are there any habits we should stop or modifiable risk factors that we can just get rid of in order not to get kidney disease?
Eating healthy, eating a lot of fruits and vegetables. We need to cut down our salt intake. We take a lot of salt in this country.
Africans do, and Nigerians love salt.
Exactly. So you need to cut down your salt intake, cut down on your intake of fatty foods. We need to exercise, keep active, keep moving, so as to keep our weight in check and to be healthy. We also need to drink a lot of water. Most of us don't.
So it's true that the kidneys like water?
Oh yes, the kidneys love water. So you need to take between 2 to 3 liters of water, not alcohol, per day.
What does alcohol do?
Too much of alcohol, apart from damaging the liver, is also not good for kidney health. So you have to quit smoking. I don't know why people smoke. It's not beneficial to the body.
They feel it's cool, and then when they feel it's no longer cool, they can't stop, I guess.
No, it's not good to smoke. Smoking causes a lot of damage to the body. So eating healthy, exercise, moderation in alcohol, if you must drink alcohol, moderation, no smoking, lots of water, healthy diet, check your blood pressure, check your blood glucose, avoid herbal medications, avoid abusing analgesics. That's another thing people do.
Painkillers.
Yes, yes.
They destroy the kidney too.
Yes, particularly a group of painkillers we call non-steroidal anti-inflammatories.
The NSAIDs. Let's quickly take this call. Hello.
Hello?
Joseph?
My name is Joseph.
What's your question, Joseph?
I'm calling from Yaba.
Go ahead. We can hear you.
I understand drinking water is healthy. If one drinks water, a lot of water, there's every tendency that you will wake up at night to urinate. If this happens, does that imply that you have a kidney problem? Thank you very much.
Okay, so the doctor has spoken about this before, but I'll let you go over it again. Water is good for the kidney. You drink water. You end up waking up to go and pee at night. Is that a problem?
Not a problem if you drink a lot of water, but what we advise is that take most of it during the day so it doesn't disturb your sleep at night. So take most of the water during the day. You would have finished excreting the urine before going to bed. But if you take normal amounts of water and you find that you have to wake up several times at night, which was not the practice with you before, then you need to see a doctor. So, but that does not stop you from drinking water. Take it during the day.
Take it during the day.
Yes.
Because that's what happens to a lot of people. They say they don't want to wake up at night. Then they end up shortchanging themselves with water. So they don't take enough. They go and sleep through the night, but their body has been starved of the water. You said about 3 liters a day.
1.5 to 2 liters, 2.5, max 3 liters.
Okay. Okay. Some people really need
That's
to do
2
some homework to
of the
go.
big,
Yes,
I don't want to advertise.
those
Yes,
big
yes.
bottles,
Yeah.
2 of them
Or
in a day.
1.5.
Or 1.5.
Yeah.
All right. Not too much, except that it is quite a bit for some
No,
people.
you're going to take it in small amounts all through the day. Take it with your meals. Instead of the fizzy drinks, take water.
Okay.
Water is the best beverage given to us by God.
All right. So there are a lot of functions the kidney, does. And I was wondering, I thought those were liver functions. So what's the difference? The liver does a lot of breaking down and excreting as well.
Yes, the liver is like the factory in the body. It produces, it stores energy, stores carbohydrate, converts them to other glycogen for storage. The liver also excretes some substances like bilirubin, but the major excretory organ in the body is the kidney.
Wow, that's a revelation.
The major one. So the liver is like a, what do you call, a manufacturing plant.
Okay.
Whereas the kidneys excrete. Yeah.
Let's quickly take Kayode's question. Kayode is calling from Ogun State. Hello, Kayode.
How are you, ma'am?
Very well. What's your question?
Yes. Please, I want to ask about the smoking part of the kidney disease or whatever. Is it cigarette or I just want the doctor to emphasize maybe it's only cigarette that contains nicotine or anything smoke at all. Thank you.
He's talking about smoking.
Yes, he wanted to know whether just nicotine or other forms of tobacco.
Well, I think, isn't it? He said yes. Isn't nicotine really the most
Nicotine is not
harmless?
No, it's not only nicotine. Most cigarettes contain so many other substances. It's not only nicotine.
It's not only nicotine.
It's not only nicotine. And smoking is injurious to the body because it causes what we call endothelial dysfunction. Endothelium is the inner lining of all the vessels in the body. And when the endothelium is damaged, it can predispose to high blood pressure. It can predispose to what we call atherosclerosis. It causes so many things.
Hardening of the vessels.
Yes, hardening of the vessels. And from this, it can cascade to so many other conditions.
What about other things people smoke?
Like the recreational,
and
it's
other
not
things.
good.
They are worse than cigarettes, aren't they?
They're all
They're
bad.
You mean they're all in the same bag?
Yes, they're not good for the kidneys, they're not good for the body, they predispose to high blood pressure.
Okay.
Yes.
Wow. All right, so this year's theme is bridging the knowledge gap. Is there anything else you'd like to say or something you want to emphasize particularly for viewers concerning their kidneys?
Yes, thank you for that question. One, people don't know much about the functions of the kidneys, and I have enumerated them. People don't go routinely for kidney check.
That's what they must begin to do.
They must
once a year at least.
Once a year at least. Then 3 is that the kidney disease can be prevented. Primary prevention. We don't even want people to have kidney disease at all. And they can avoid having kidney disease if they adopt all these healthy lifestyles that I've mentioned. So by adopting the healthy lifestyle, you are not only preventing kidney disease, you're also preventing heart disease, you're preventing liver disease, and so many other chronic diseases that affect the body. So my key message is prevention. Prevention, because kidney disease is on the increase. It is very deadly if it is not treated. And lastly, treatment. We have all the modalities of treatment in Nigeria, but it is very, very expensive and out of reach of most people. How many people can afford 10 million? or you have to dialyze 3 times a week, and it costs in the neighborhood of 75,000 to 120,000. Nobody can afford that. Yes, per week. So please, it is far cheaper to prevent kidney disease than to treat it. So prevention, prevention, prevention.
Thank you so much, Dr. Amira. This has been very good. At least there's hope.
Yes.
For so many if they can do these things. And thank you so much at home. Thank you, Joseph Kayode, for your questions. Have a wonderful day. I am Mary Alale Yusuf.